Hello there, welcome back. So we just started our very basic practicals and we just did the SU commands and we got to know the bash profile and all, and we ran the ps-ef command to find out what database is running, right? Okay, let me share the screen. So let's continue from there, right? Okay, so if you want to follow the practicals with the guide, so I have the guide. So guide gives you all the steps and the commands, right? The PW, DSU, and all the explanation is there, and it explains you the batch profile also. Actually, there's not that much of explanation at the moment. Just gives you the content of the batch profile. So with this practical, we'll get into more details about the content, right? And you can see. Yeah, so that field is explained. So OFA, Oracle Flexible Architecture, right? Let's continue from there, right? OFA. You can see Oracle OFA. This is a global standard which defines the rules and the best practices on how to govern the software on the disk, as well as how to manage the installations. I think I'm not sure whether you have heard about this Oracle Flexible Architecture, right? So, yes, screen is visible for you, right? If I go here, now let's get back to our bash profile, right? Once there, right? Let's get back to our bash file, right? Yeah, there are no tab. Let's go to scripts, right? Yeah, it's there. Okay. Right. Now, if you look at this one closely, you can see there are settings. Oracle host name, that is understood. Database unique name, right? DB name, right? And this is Oracle base, Oracle home, SID, system identification, SID system identification. Now, specifically these things, right, are well define what is known as Oracle Flexible Architecture, which we just heard about, right? So OFA defines how the installation can be done in the disk. So that's why there is a particular way that Oracle software is organized inside the disk. That's the architecture standard, right? So that's how these U01 standards and everything comes. So it's not, you cannot personalize this, right? You have to follow the standard. As a professional DBA, you have to follow the standard. So it will be easy to maintain, because the day that you left from the particular database company, or I mean, the day that you handing over your ownership of the database to another DBA, so if the standard is followed, it is very easy. Rather than you just personalizing the things according to the way you want. That's not the recommended thing. You have to follow the OFA. So OFA tells where is going to be the ORA data directory, where is going to be the data files, I mean control files, log files, the content, and how the software should be installed, what is my home, what is my base, everything is defined by OFA, Oracle Flexible Architecture. Now that's why the standard is followed while you're doing the installation. As per the standard, the very main concept is Oracle base, right? So Oracle base is, this one says U01 app Oracle, right? So this is the database installation. So this will be the base for any database installations in this particular machine. I mean, in anywhere, right? That's the standard, right? So then within the base, you have home. So you can see for Oracle home, definitely base is attached, right? So full Oracle home path will be U01 app Oracle product 19.3 is the version, and DB home one. This is where your binaries are going to get located. I think we saw this one, right? I explained this one right after the installation. Even during the installation, I explained this one too, right? So those are the OFA standards, right? OFA standard. And then the database name, Oracle SID. Now, SID, don't confuse this one in the session ID. This is system identification. System identification is a unique identification for the database name within the machine, within the operating system level, as well as in the database level, Oracle SID. So that's the database name. right? So Oracle flexible architecture is very important. You need to follow that one, right, while during your installation, right? And again, the database versions, right? You can see here it says 19.3. Each database has a 5-digit number, right? I think we need to get into those details as well. So I think, yeah. That is not given here. Anyway, let me explain it, right? Let me explain it. It's not given there, right? So if you take a look at it, let me just open a small notepad. OL, we can right away do the fact. I mean, you can check it here. No, it took up a notepad. Let's let me start from here. Right? Let me connect to the database. Right? Okay, so I'm in 12. You can see the digits. Release 12.201, or even if you type select star from $V version, you get it. You can see 12 to 0.1. Normally, each Oracle database release, we have a unique number. We have a unique number, right? So 12.2, 0.1.0, right? So actually, this is the main release and this is the version, right? Product release and the version and the relevant patch number and the middleware release. Likewise, there's a meaning for everything, right? So let me explain this one in more detail later. For the time being, just get an idea, right? Oracle database release, right? Okay, so we were what I was telling about the Oracle flexible architecture, OFA, right? So again, if I go back to the note, I think it is there. We'll explain an Oracle home and the base, right? So if you want to see what is my current home, you can very simple clear it, right? So you can say my current setting. You can get dollar, right? Oracle underscore home, the current setting. So you can see this one. Echo is to display and the content of the variable Oracle home. This value being set from my bash profile. You saw the bash profile. The values are being set from the bash profile. I can recall those values, right? And this is the current value. And if I check the Oracle base, right? Oracle home, Oracle base. So that's the Oracle base, right? And if I want to change it, no need to type the directory, I can right away say cd home, so it will take me to that place. pwd, I'm there now. And inside that, I have my binaries installed. So this is the OFC architecture, Oracle flexible architecture, the standard way of installing, and it is on UNOS 1, right? Let's learn later the multiplexing and all. Those things are coming for log files, control file and all. Then we need to go for different mount points. But the software is organized. The software is organized mainly in the UNOS 1 mount point, right? Okay, so if I want to further explain this OFA architecture, let's go back. So if I go back one directory, you can see there and another one. Again, you can see I have the two installations, right? 19.3 and 12. And here, if you can see now, I am in Oracle. This is my base, right? So just I'm in base, right? So within the base, I can have the product directory, right? So that is where we were earlier, product 12.2, that is where we came from, right? And here you can see where are my data files are, right? So if I go there, I can see, let's move. This is again the OFA standard, right? I will see my control files. Within that, there's another directory for the database name, right? So that's the standard. So if I go there, ls minus l, you can see my control files are there for database, redo log files are there, and the dbf files are there. So that is the standard, right? And I don't think these control log files are multiplex because this is a normal learning database. We can multiplex it later. This is the best practice. So we will learn those things later. So, and again, as for the OFA architecture, I have my diagnostic directory for LL file learner, which will learn it later, and for the checkpoints, database checkpoints, audit, and my parameter files and other admin stuff are there. And for my recovery means the backup and recovery and the Oracle recovery stuff, backups, archive logs, and flash recovery. All the things are in my recovery. So let's dig into those things little by little later, not at once, right? For the time being, if I just want to show the recovery area, right? So I'm in Aura data, right? So let's go back. Go back. Yeah, recover. Okay. So that is where I am. ORCL, right? So in that control file, that is in a simple ORCL, right? So you have capital ORCL. So let's right. So you can see archive log. So at the moment, I don't think I have. I think I put it in database in archive log. That's why the files are there, right? So usually you may not know what are the archives. Let's turn it later. 514, I think somewhere or sometime back. You don't have anything, right? Those are for archive log. File. Let's turn it later, right? Hope it's clear. Though it's the architecture, right? Yeah, so let's meet in the next video. So for the time being, hope we are good. So right, and again, don't forget there will be questionnaires at the end. Do the questionnaires, get is scored 100%, right? If you are not able to score 100%, go back to the video, revise the things, and do it 100%, right? That is a must. That is just to build your competency, right? So then you feel the competency that I have learned the content and I can do the questions, right? Right. Okay. Right. Thank you very much. We'll meet back soon again. Right. And again, if you like the video, you can subscribe to it. Okay. Right. Right. Have a nice day. Bye bye.